Welcome back to the Pokemon Nuzlocke playthrough of Pokemon Silver on Secondhand gameplay. Let's go ahead and continue. Here we are. Let's do a quick recap of where we're at. Alright. Here's Wumpet a Totodile, Coolest the Rattata, and Segworm the Sentret. We've got 2 normal types and 1 water. So got some real variety going on. Tackle, Tackle, and Scratch are our main moves. And I gotta say, these stats. Out of this world. Out of this fucking world. Alright. Here we go. It's nighttime. I don't get it. I'm not recording these at night. But that's okay. We did get an encounter off this route. That was Coolest. Coolest. He's cool and he's less. He's less than cool. I think it was my last episode. No, it was the first episode, I think, where I commented that I bought 10 Pokeballs. And I was talking to my girlfriend later, and she was like, wow, that's like 9.5 more than you already have. So that's great. That was a real confidence booster. She probably got a kick out of that. I have 2 balls, by the way. Alright, so here we have a squirrel fighting an owl. Normally, I think the owl would win this encounter. Especially if the squirrel's name was Worm. But we just got a critical hit. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. His attack fell. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. What I am worried about is not getting enough experience points out of beating up an owl. Alright, so I can't... We did beat these guys. We beat these 2 New Yorkers. Joey and Mikey. And we beat this freak up here. Not this girl. I mean, maybe she's a freak. But that freak. I beat the crap out of that freak. And here we've got another rat. Memories of rats past. I might need to do grinding in between the episodes because, golly, the Segworm is already down to lower than half. And it's just a squirrel and a rat. They're related creatures. They're both rodents. They're both part of Rodentia. Well, I can't cut that. I did talk to my mother, right? I think this is about when she calls you if you don't talk to her. Oh my god, enough with the owls. I think earlier I was like, yeah, I'll catch an owl, but now I'm fucking sick of these owls. I used to think Hoot Hoot only has 1 leg, because in a lot of pictures... I'm gonna switch out. I don't want Segworm to get crit. As much shit as I'm talking on Segworm, I'm not letting this owl eat my squirrel. Coolest can probably finish the job. Anyway. Yeah, it's just growling. Anyway, I thought Hoot Hoot for the longest time had 1 foot. I even had this little book. It was like this little green book, like really tiny. I wouldn't even call it a book. It just had pages. It was like a couple inches by a couple inches. Had some holographic junk on the front. Not some holographic junk on the front, just like it had some pictures on the front. God, could you imagine holographic junk on the front of a children's book? Anyway. And it was about Hoot Hoot. It was about, like, probably, you know, a one-off episode in the anime about Hoot Hoot. Probably I think it was the one where they, like, rent a Hoot Hoot to get through the forest, and then Ash fucking catches a shiny Noctowl. Just randomly. And I think it was just recapping that in a book form. And the whole time I was looking at Hoot Hoot, and he's only got like 1 leg in most of the shots. But I'm pretty sure he has 2 legs. Alright, so for this cave we need Flash to get through. And in addition to that, we really need like Surf and Rock Smash. We could get an encounter in there. Let's excuse me, pardon me. Ignore that, please. I beg of you. We'll come back to that later. Here's the Bitterberry. believe that cures confusion. Let's deal out some berries. I feel like a drug dealer right now, but let's just deal it out. Alright, there we go. I think there's another... Yep, well, there's another bug-catching freak over here. And another damn owl. We're leaving. We're leaving, we're running. I'm not fighting this thing. I am gonna fight this guy, though. That is a guy, right? He caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you. If you say so, mister. His shorts just seem... His legs, he's got like 2 peg legs. Like, this guy used to be a pirate, and then he got his legs cut off, or they fell off of gangrene or scurvy. And so now he's just got 2 peg legs. He's like, I'll take up bug fighting. And now he's got this big-ass sun hat to cover up the shame of his 2 peg legs. That he can't even put proper pants around. That's what Bugcatcher Wade says to me. That's the story of Bugcatcher Wade to me. And you can't even catch any respectable Pokemon. I guess I still shouldn't be mean to Caterpie. Especially when it misses another string shot. That was poor foresight on my part. I gave it a berry. Probably should have saved it for when it really needed it. We're just fighting Caterpie here. How many of these things does this crony have? He has 3 more. I don't have time for you. I have a guy who owns some birds that I have to go beat up. And then take some jewelry from him. That was a crit? Alright. 2 more of these. Oh no, it's a Weedle. Another one of fucking God's cruel... Anyway. Let's just kill it and be done with it. Please don't poison me. The last thing I want to do is have to run over to a Pokestop or Pokecenter and heal up, waste a potion just to keep him alive. That's the last thing I want. Thank God it's another useless Caterpie. I have a question for viewers. Have you guys read any good books lately? I feel like I don't read enough, and I'm sure there's plenty of books I could think of off the top of my head that I should be reading or want to read. But I'm always willing to hear suggestions. I've read plenty of good books. Probably should read more. One book I've been meaning to read is Don Quixote. A classic from like 6 billion years ago. But it's just so long. And old books are confusing to me. Not confusing like Aragon. Like, that had so many different plot points and I still understood it all. Because it made sense. And it had real dragons, whereas Don Quixote is about fake dragons in some crazy guy's head. That was back in the days where if you were crazy, they were like, it's the exhaustion and the hysteria. It's from drinking too much water. I believe was what they prescribed to Don Quixote after he became crazy or something. I think it was he spent too much time in his library, and like reading and focusing too long puts a strain on the brain and makes you crazy, and I don't know, like the vapors in the books will come alive and drag your soul to hell and keep it prisoner until you go out and convince some guy to slay a windmill with you or some shit. I don't even know. Crazy shit doctors used to say. I was just remarking on how back in like the Black Plague, Black Death times, people would just sell their piss in a bottle or something and say it wards away the demons. And that's how even more people died, I'm sure. He found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. He's gonna raise it to take on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City's gym. Thanks, Captain fucking Noob. Well, here we are. I wonder who the gym leader is. Ha! Just kidding. I'm not out late. It's not that late. Maybe... Did I input the time incorrectly? Did I put, like... I meant to put noon in, and then it turned out to be like 12 a.m. in the morning or some shit, and so now the clock's all fucked up, I bet. I bet. Okay. So I completely zoned out when I was talking about books. Maybe we should get Coolus up. I think Faulkner's ace, his strongest, is a Pidgeotto level 9. Oh, this is the person I can trade a Bellsprout to. Was that a different route that we were just on? I don't... Did I just screw something up? Maybe I just screwed something up. Yeah, so that was absolutely a new route that I totally just ruined. So that's cool. We still have the cave, though. I don't even remember what we ran into. Was it a Bellsprout? Was it something I could have traded for an Onix? That's just dandy. Well, that's okay. You live, you learn. Like I said, I'm great at Nuzlocks, so clearly I'll be okay either way with 2 normal types. Good golly. There could be Geodudes in here, I think. So let's bring Wumpet out. Maybe I need to... Oh, well, what is it? It's a Geodude. Well, that's okay. I can eventually evolve this up to Golem if I wanted to. Because... Why did I think I had a water move? Anyway. Well, I know why. Because he fucking should have a water move at level 8. Totodile. Ugh. Not 100% impressed. I guess he's still the best I got, though. I'll learn to love him. Probably not. Anyway. I do have the capability of evolving this thing all the way up to Golem. Because I'm playing super legit. Like, I don't really believe in emulation a whole lot. So this is straight up just my Game Boy Silver cartridge on a Game Boy player in my GameCube, which is running AV into my recording device. So I absolutely have another Game Boy and a cable, and my Pokemon Crystal and Gold to trade it to. I have no qualms about it. So this could be a fully evolved Pokemon for me. If I'm willing. Alright, it's time for me to brag. My Pokemon Crystal version that I would be trading this to and back, I've got a complete Pokedex. 100% legit. Hundo percento. I worked super hard on it. So hard. I worked like months and months, like probably like 6 months of just like only playing Pokemon. Like my lunch break at work was like I was playing Pokemon I was just grinding or something to evolve something. But complete decks with the exception of Mew, which I don't think you can legitimately get without cheating or anything. So besides Mew, which is a mythic and not technically part of the main decks, I've got a complete Crystal Dex. I've got the Diploma in-game and everything. I mean, the only way I was able to do that was just by having red, blue, silver, gold, and crystal cartridges, and then a bunch of Game Boys and cables to trade. And then, you know, like 6 months of free time on my hands to just waste on completing a Gen 2 Dex. But I wanted to brag about it, so there we go. Alright, we've newly added Geodude to the Pokedex. It uses its arms to steadily climb steep mountain paths. It swings its fist around it if angered. It's a little over a foot tall. What are we calling this angry rock? What are we calling an angry rock? Angry rock. Angrok. Oh, you know what? We're playing an Avatar game in our other pumped playthrough, so let's call him Angrok. That's original. You can't claim I'm, you know, copying anyone if I'm making up original shit like this. Who cares that it makes no sense and it's terrible? If it's original, then it doesn't matter if it's terrible. I'm gonna hate that name as soon as I finish the Avatar series, because this one is going way longer than that one, I guarantee it. Wow, this is infuriating. How? It's just a potion. Like, it's not worth it. I'm about to just leave. Alright, let's just fuck off. Let's just get out of here. Let's go heal up. I need to go lick my wounds, because not only did I screw up and mess up this Route 31 encounter, but my consolation prize was a rock with hands. And, not for nothing, but having a pet rock fight for you is pretty pitiful. Alright, well, let's go ahead and heal up. And then, next time, we're gonna fight the gym leader. That's what we're gonna do. I might grind a little in between the two episodes, this episode and the next, and we're gonna take on Faulkner and his crew, his ilk. Let's take a look at Angrok real quick. Tackle. 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 That's all we're running here. We're the tackle crew. We're the tackle team. Defense is 11. Could be worse. Could be better. Could be worse. Alright, that's fine. Thanks for watching. This has been episode 3 of the Silver Nuzlocke on Secondhand gameplay. Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, then let me know with comments and likes. See you next time on Secondhand gameplay.